Hello, welcome to Blake's Den and welcome to Project Designer episode 2. So what's happened since episode 1? You see that the entire interior of the car has been stripped out. Put the door open there. You can see all the seats are out, carpet's out, door cards are off, so we can really see the extent of the rust on the floor. If we look in here, you can see we've got quite a big hole down that side. You can sort of see the floor of the garage, that is, not rather than the floor of the car. So that all needs sorting out. And then similar problems down here. It's not quite as noticeable, but you can just see where the light is shining through from below there. You can also see this damage to the floor where the car's been jacked from the wrong place. So the first job I want to do is investigate how much needs cutting off. So if we look down here at the sills, or what's left of the sills since I've been poking around, we know we need to cut along here, along the seam, to lose all of the sill all the way along, and then we need to cut along here, which is sort of where the sill joins the inner sill. I'm a bit concerned about the floor down here. So obviously it looks quite corroded. In a lot of it's covered with this sort of sound deadening stone chip material stuff, which is just peeling off, but the floor itself here seems solid. It's got quite a solid ring to it. It's quite hard to tell really. Now I know some of this will probably need replacing, particularly down at this end where the floor's got the deformation in it. But really I need to understand how much of this I need to cut out, because if I need to cut out the full length of the car, I'm going to have to think about some additional bracing on the body shell to take up the strength that we're losing out the floor here. So first thing I want to do is get this outer sill off, what's left of it. That'll reveal the inner sill. We'll work out how much patching up needs to be done, and then we can go try and clean this up and see how much strength it's got left in it. Right, so I've cut off some of the sill there. Using the angle grinder, I've cut a very thin slit just on the underside seam there, underside of the seam. I'll tidy that up later when it comes to welding the new sill on. So what I'm hoping I can do now is a bit of prizing. This is going to come off. I'm a bit cautious, a bit worried about cutting sort of down this end here where the sill meets the bodywork. So it could quite easily go through the floor. So I'll just prize it now, hopefully be able to get it down and then cut the rest of it off. So I managed to peel most of it back just using a screwdriver, which was fairly easy to do. And yeah, you can see there wasn't much strength to that at all. Spider living in there. Well, you'll not be very happy now. So now I'm just going to cut along with the grinder, cut off the bits, sort of around by the jacking point here and just where it's still attached to the body. And then that sill will be off, and then we can fully assess the quality of the inner sill. So that is the outer sill fully cut off along its length. It's all gone now. Next job is tidy all that up and see what's solid underneath it. I've been giving it a good poke with the screwdriver. Some of it's solid, some of it's not, particularly here. That's in a bit of a jacking point. I've got a new jacking point to put on, but I never like using the jacking point on minis anyway. I always prefer to jack it from the subframe. Notice as well, there's a bit more to investigate around here. That's the seatbelt anchor point. And so that looks a bit past its best, so I need to see what needs replacing around there as well. But just for fun, the black is the brand new Heritage sill. The white is, well, what was left of the sill after it had been cut off. And yeah, I think that job needed doing. So I've been cleaning up the sill with the flap disc on the grinder. There's still a bit more to do. But you can sort of see the extent of the corrosion and see which bits are savable. So I think I'm going to try working on the front part of the inner sill first. I think the plan is to cut it somewhere along there and then replace all of this bit up to the floor here. Roughly where I've drawn that line. I need to get rid of these first. These are the slinging points. Not needed anymore. These are part of the manufacturing process for the body shell. We have got the jacking point though. I do want to put that back in, even though I want to weld up the jacking point on the outer sill. I want to put it in because it'd be very difficult to put it in once the outer sill's on, but I don't actually plan to use it. So I'm just going to start cutting these bits off and see what we're left with. So I've just been doing a bit more cleaning up of the floor because I wanted to make sure that where I was cutting was going to be fine to weld back on. So basically along this edge here, you can't really see the definition well in this video, but I've cleaned that back roughly and it seems to be good metal, so I'm happy that I can weld along here. So you can roughly see where I want to cut this out, including the jacking point. I haven't quite worked out how far I'm going to cut up along here yet. I'm thinking about, if we look inside, sort of cutting off that edge there and then just following that line all the way along. I mean, I'll do that as a starter and then see if I need to replace any more. This is the replacement panel, which goes in like that. It doesn't fit perfectly now because it just needs a bit of trimming. But it's got these flanges on to weld back onto this cross member. So I'm thinking about cutting roughly about here. I've got a line here. I'll mark it up, so I've got to cut down along across, and then this cross member is welded to the floor, so I've then got to cut up here, along here, back down here, along the edge of the floor and round. So it's a fair bit of cutting to do, so I've just been really taking my time to make sure I'm getting it right. If you do make a mistake, I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can always fix it by welding more in, but if you want to do it efficiently, you know, cut it once and cut it the right size. So I think I'm going to take the seat bracket out. I think that's clashing a bit when I'll be doing the cutting, and then do a few more markups, and then I need to measure where the jacking point is for reference because that'll be coming off, and then yeah, start cutting big chunks in the floor. There's a lot of debate about whether you need to brace the body shell when you do this. I'm quite happy that as I'm only taking this bit out here, there'll still be sufficient strength in the shell. I mean, all this floor is going to be in here still. We've still got the edge along here, and we've still got the top half as well. So I'm happy that there's going to be enough strength left in it when I've cut that hole in. But obviously, I'll take care. I'll keep opening and shutting the door, check that it fits, and then, you know, just be careful. Don't excessively cut out too much at once. I'm only doing one side at a time. I'm going to do the front first, then the back, and then I'll do the other side at a later date. So if I was taking both the sills off, both sides in full length, I would brace the body shell. But as I'm just doing it in bits, I'm happy that the body shell won't deform. There we go. That's the first bit of the floor and inner sill cut out. I think I did too bad actually, so just needs tidying up, cleaning up, prepping for the new panel to go in. Also, I want to try and see if I can just knock out this this bend in the floor, and hopefully the door will still shut. There we are, door still shut, so the body shell is fine. So I've got a bit more cutting to do. Just trying to reevaluate what to do around this edge here, because you've got the flange of that panel, so it might not be too bad actually. I'm going to try clean that up, see what I can salvage. I'll probably end up having to put in little plates around here just to tidy it up, and then this section here will just be part of the floor of that panel. So I'll cut that down to size rather than removing the vertical part. I'll just put the bottom bit in. So I think that's a good place to leave it for today. So stay tuned to Blake's Den for more episodes of Project Designer and other shenanigans and other things I get up to. So don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram.